Hey YouTube, Wes Stample with JWS Repair Service here today. What if you got an older bike and yes, you have a headlight, you need that headlight, but you know, LEDs are all the rage. What can you do about that? Well, today at JWS Repair Service, we're going to show you how with an LED headlight replacement. Stay tuned. Okay, our patient today is a 1998 Honda Shadow Aero. It's a one-owner bike in extremely good condition, and the owner is very, very happy with the bike, and we'll be keeping it for who knows how long. No reason to replace it. It's been a really good bike for him. He does, however, have a problem at night that his headlight's a little yellow, he says, compared to other vehicles. So we'll just take a look here and see what he's talking about. And then we're going to install our LED conversion and see if we can tell the difference. So let's do that. Okay, first off, we're going to start by removing the two screws that hold the headlight into the shell. Your bike may have more than two, it may only have one, but you'll just find a couple of small screws, remove those, and then we can take the headlight actually out of the headlight bucket as it's referred to in the business. So we'll remove these screws like that, and then typically they've got a little latch up here that holds at the top, so you're going to want to pull it out and down, and you'll see that little ridge there that catches the edge of this. Now this is our headlight. We're going to pull the connector off the back of it. It has tabs on it. It's going to be hard for you to see while I'm doing this, but I'm going to show you when I get it off. You have to squeeze these to release it from the bulb, and you can see here that there is a release tab on either side that you need. If you just try to just yank it off of there, you're probably going to break those. So now we've got our headlight out, and we can look inside our shell. And let me put some light on that. You look inside our shell and you'll see that we've got some components in here already. This is a turn signal module. We're going to need a place to put the power supply for our LED. Now, there are many kits on the market now, varying brands and everything, but they all work on the same principle. They're fairly easy to install. They vary in brightness. This kit is rated at 2400 lumens, which is about the brightness of two standard car headlights. Now, one thing to be aware of is that LEDs, while they, by the way, don't touch any of this, while they use a lot less power than a traditional incandescent bulb does, they still make a lot of heat. So find one that has a fan in the back. This has a built-in fan because this is specifically made for a motorcycle. It's important for this fan because you can see in here in this headlight shell, there's not, it's a sealed unit. There's not a lot of places. There's a couple little holes in the bottom down there. There's really not a place where air can really move freely through there. So be sure you get one that has a fan mounted in the unit itself if you're going to mount this on a motorcycle, so that it doesn't overheat this bulb and cause it to fail prematurely. So for right now, if I can get through my mess here, I'm going to set that down. We'll go ahead and replace the bulb. Now this is just a big rubber cover. You can see there's a clip here that releases, that pulls back. You take your old bulb out, you put this bulb in. Now notice that the tabs are not the same width. You got a thick one and two thin ones. The thick one goes in this groove at the top because these bulbs are directional, but that would have been the same with your other. Now we're going to have to kind of work this latch just a little bit because this bulb is bigger at the top, so I'm going to push it down as I'm engaging the clip so that it will fit over it and hold the bulb in there. And then we're going to push it back down under the catch. And there you go. Now your bulb is in there. and it's got two plugs on it. This one with the nut plugs into the bulb. This one, the funny one, don't try to plug that into the wall. That doesn't fit. That's made to plug into your factory headlight plug. But let's see if we can mount it right there. So you may have to get a little creative trying to get it onto your bike because they're all different. You may have a flatter portion inside the shell which you can more easily grab, get the glue pad to stick. Let's pull that through. Alright, well, let's get another one. There's just a little bit of a lip on this thing so I can get these cable ties behind it, but usually there's something in there where you can get a hold of. So we'll do that, and we'll do that. We'll take our power supply. We'll get that good and snug. Alright, that's pretty daggum stout right there. We'll cut these off. Okay. Now we'll take our factory plug and then you just plug this into where your bulb would have originally plugged in. So we'll just plug that in as far as it'll go. And actually that in this plug it's kind of shallow so it doesn't go all the way in there. So I'm going to put a little bit of tape around that. Look, that fit really tight in there, so not too worried about that. Plus it's got the little latches on the plug itself, those ones that we had to depress when we pulled the original bulb out. Pull that off, stick that around. Gets it back far enough so that our headlight will clear. Now we'll get our headlight assembly and we're going to plug this into this, and it should have a little tab, yes it does, that lines it up correctly. And that's pretty stout too. And then once we get that pressed in all the way, we'll tighten the nut up just like that and then reinstall the assembly. Wipe my fingerprints off of it. Alright, well let's see what that looks like compared to the original. Wow, that looks a lot brighter. And there's the high beam and there's the low. So there we go. Now you can convert your older bike to a modern LED headlight with a simple 15-minute fix. You know, like I said, there's a lot of those kits available on Amazon, eBay, all over the web. Just try to make sure you get one that's specifically for a motorcycle so that it has that little fan. We appreciate you watching today. Be sure to follow us on the web at www.jwsrepairservices.com. If you like what you see, hit that like button. If you really like what you see, hit the subscribe button. It's free and it really helps out the channel. And if you want to know the next time that we post a video, hit that notification bell. You'll get be the first to know that we've posted a new one. Thanks for watching. Have a great one.